Spiritual teaching 219. Love each other. 1. I give you at this moment my balm, my strength and my caress. 2. I am your Cyrenian. Since on earth, when the weight of my cross became overwhelming, there was a man with mercy in his heart that helped me share my burden. 3. Here I am, ready to come to your aid when you fall on the road, to give strength to your spirit and lift him up to continue the day. 4. Step by step you are approaching the Calvary of your life on earth, where your spirit will tell me, Father, into your hands I entrust my spirit. Everything is finished. 5. Blessed are those who, when that hour arrives and utters those words, have concluded their mission, because great will be his peace and his joy. 6. I want all of you to reach that summit. No matter if you arrive broken and without material goods, there you will feel like you had never felt in my presence and my mercy. 7. There I wait for the man. There I wait for the woman, the fathers, the mothers, all those who came to the world with missions to fulfill. 8. Do you want to reach the top? Trust in me that I am your destiny. Accept trials with love. Obey my will, whatever it may be, with a smile on your lips, with faith and resignation in your heart. 9. Do not forget that I am omnipotent and omnipresent, so that doubt or weakness will not make you fall into temptation. 10. Sometimes, when you cry in the world and you think that I live in heaven where everything is happiness of the Spirit, you doubt my love, because you do not conceive that the Father enjoys, while millions of his creatures suffer to the death on earth. You do not want to understand that my happiness will not be absolute until the last of my children is in the land of salvation. 11. If I am your father, think that I necessarily have to feel what the children feel. Just like that, you will understand that while each one of you suffers and feels your own pain, my divine spirit suffers with the pain of all my creatures. 12. As a proof of this truth, I came into the world to become a man and to carry a cross that represented all the pain and sin of the world. And if as a man I carried the weight of your imperfections on my shoulders, and if I felt all your pain, could God be insensitive to the sorrows of my children? 13. In my spirit there is a hymn whose notes no one has heard. No one knows it in heaven or on earth. That song will be heard throughout the universe when pain, misery, darkness and sin have remained extinct. Those divine notes will find an echo in all spirits, uniting the Father and the children in that song of harmony and happiness. I tell you in truth, that even the stones will speak when that harmony illuminates the life of my beloved children. 14. Keep refining your spirit. Keep evolving and perfecting it, always carrying your faith alight as an inextinguishable flame. 15. I must tell you that while you live on earth, you must strive to make yourselves as kind as possible in your life. It is not necessary to cry, suffer, and bleed infinitely in order to deserve peace in the hereafter. 16. If you could transform this earth from the valley of tears into a world of happiness, where you would have love one to the other, where you were concerned about practicing good and living within my law, in truth I tell you, that life would be before me even more meritorious and higher than an existence of sufferings, vicissitudes and tears for much conformity that you have to suffer it. When will you come to unite spiritual life with human life, in such a way that you do not see the limits between one and the other? When will you make your existence a single life, putting aside the idea of death, to enter eternity? That light will be in men until spirituality flourishes in the world. 17. The light of my word comes at this time to save you from the darkness of materialism in which the gods have been buried spirits. Darkness that does not allow them to see the truth even if they have it close and carry it inside. 18. The third error is with you, and they are giving proofs and signs to men, and even greater will follow them giving, as if it were an immense bell thrown into flight to awaken the living and the dead. 19. Pray, observe, meditate. Let my inspiration guide you. You will recognize it whenever you feel driven to good and to elevation, when salutation to its creator rises from your spirit. 20. Glory to God in the highest, and peace on earth to men of good will. 21. Blessed people, chosen for my charity, I have called you in these times of perversity, confusion and pain, to reunite in a family, and form among the peoples of the earth, the people of peace. 22. You live in times of chaos. Only those who achieve spiritualization in these times of trial will be able to survive the pain and confusion of the coming storm. Only those who rise above all material vanities of human miseries will be able to resist with serenity and calm among the universal chaos, and will be like castaways in middle of the ocean that they manage to hold onto a tree, which will be faith in my love. 23. For that time I am preparing you. That is why I am teaching you to imitate me. But it is not my will that you be the only ones who practice my doctrine. I want the virtues of your heart, your words and deeds, to attract all the hearts that have to come to me to receive my teaching at this time, so that the people multiply in number, in strength, and in elevation among humanity. 24. But what is that chaos, that storm, that test that is coming? They are the dregs of the chalice of bitterness that mankind has still not drained. It is necessary that man, who has prepared that chalice with his deeds through the ages, hurry him down to the last drop, so that he knows his own work and its fruit. 25. Blessed people, those men who rise up full of greatness and dominance in the nations, in the peoples of the earth. They are great spirits clothed with power and possessors of great missions, and yet they are not at the service of my divinity. They have not put their greatness and gifts at the service of love and charity, have formed their world, their Lord and his throne, their vassals, their dominions, and everything they can aspire to. But when they feel the throne shake faced with trials, when they sense the invasion of a powerful enemy approaching, when they see their streams and their names rise with all their strength, full of greatness, earthly vanity, hatred and ill will, and they throw themselves against the enemy, not caring if their work, their idea, leaves behind only the trace of pain, of destruction and evil. They seek only the destruction of the enemy, to erect a greater throne, to have greater dominion on the peoples, on riches, on the daily bread, and on the very life of men. 26. I am preparing you to be my soldiers, but not those who cause destruction or evil, not soldiers of hatred and perversity, of darkness and greed, but soldiers of spirituality, brotherhood, love, meekness, and charity. You will rise up full of strength and trust in me, who am your ideal, full of trust in your arms that are truth and justice. I am preparing you so that from now on you can fight against that enemy who is also powerful, but who is no more so than you. 27. The day you wake up to spirituality, you will come to the understanding that darkness is weak before light. Hatred, it is an atom in the face of the irresistible force of love, and that atom vanishes at the contact of true charity. The materialism is dwarfed by the gifts of the Spirit. The material is temporary, and the spiritual has eternal life. 28. You are forming the spiritualized and capable people to remove the confusion of the world, to dematerialize it and defanaticize it with your good example, with the good thoughts, words, and deeds that you are practicing from now on. 29. If men ask you about teachings that you have not heard from me, or that you have not managed to understand, I will speak through you and surprise men, wise men, theologians, the great, the president and to the judge, to the masters of the earth. 30. I will make my Marian Trinitarian spiritualist doctrine penetrate everywhere, like air penetrates everywhere, like light that dispels all darkness to enlighten the world. This is how my work will spread. This is how my doctrine will spread. It will penetrate into every sect, into every institution, in every human congregation, in every heart and in every home. He will cross the roads, he will cross the deserts and seas, and it will fill this world because the third age, the age of light, has arrived for all humanity. 31. At all times I have humanized my manifestations. Remember that in the first era I chose Moses to communicate with you. He was my spokesman and my emissary. I called him to the mountain and told him, Moses, bow down your face because you will be able to look at me. Go and tell your people that I am their Lord and their God, that I am the God of his parents, and it is my will to clean inside and out, so that you are worthy to receive my mandates, my law, my precepts. Through Moses manifested myself as Father, as law and as justice. Through him I communicated with my chosen people. By that man sent my commands to all in my heart. 32. In the second era, I wanted to be closer to you. It was not my divine will that those people take me only as an inexorable judge. I wanted to feel the caress of my children, of the creatures made in my image and likeness. And in an act of love and meekness, the Father became man to teach the humility that is greatness of the Spirit, the true compliance with the laws, life within love. Teach man to fight for a just and eternal truth. 35. Some people ask me, why is it that the Father communicates through man's understanding? If man is sinful, impure and harbor low passions, and the Master tells you, my ray is all purity and perfection, and although the Father is not scandalized by the sin of man, he cannot come into contact with the impure. I reach the consciousness of the speaker, and it is the consciousness that transmits my light, my word and my teaching to the understanding of the spokesperson. The speaker beforehand has risen to me in an act of love, fear, preparation, so as not to mix low passions and trends of the flesh with the perfection of my lessons. 36. But soon I will stop communicating through human understanding, because the moment will come when each of you can spirit to spirit communicate with my spirit. Then my divine ray will also reach your consciousness, and there you will hear my voice. You will receive my inspirations, my prophecies and my mandates. I am leading you towards this. 37. I will continue teaching and forgiving you, so that in the last moments of my communication through human understanding, can you tell me, Lord, how great is our sin and our wickedness? We have recognized it in time. We have purifying inside and out, in our spiritual life and our human life. And now we come before your infinite mercy, loving one another, loving everything created, forming a single body and a single will. 38. If you come to that in 1950, the sinful and non-sinful eye will contemplate me in all my splendor, because it will be the moment when you give principle to the fulfillment of the law that I have entrusted to you. 39. Be firm on the path, people, because your spirit is fulfilling a delicate mission on this planet. Only the one who purifies himself by love, who practices my laws, can stop coming to reincarnate on this planet. But he who in his present reincarnation leaves a trace of blood or evil, that one has to return to this earth to repair mistakes, to rebuild what was destroyed, to give life to what was left in earth, to forgive those who did not forgive. In a word, to restore. That's why my infinite love says, oh, tireless pilgrim who has long been walking with bitterness in your heart, here is the one who comes to console you, him who comes to strengthen you, so that you may continue the journey to the end. 40. It has been a long time since you have started this journey, and it is not the first time that I have come to manifest myself on your path. My charity has raised the fallen, healed the sick, and brought the dead back to life. My Father's voice has awakened the one who sleeps. 41. With the light that my spirit radiates on you, your spirit lights up and contemplates its past as the long way of atonement and spiritual evolution. You also understand the responsibility contracted with your master to be the witness is faithful to my teaching. I have told you that the day will come when sects and religions will come to question and scrutinize you, and I don't want you to be caught clumsy. They will find you humble, but manifesting my wisdom within your humility. 42. Humanity will need you, and you, who are spiritually the oldest people on earth, will not hide the gifts that I have given you. You will show the book that I have opened before you. 43. In every age, and from the beginning of creation, I have made a covenant with you. What I have offered I have fulfilled faithfully. But truly I say to you, my people have always failed their promises. 44. 6 times I have renewed this covenant with you because I love you and want your salvation. 45. In the 12 that I chose in the second era, human virtues and weaknesses are represented. His virtues I served as an example and encouragement of humanity, and I took advantage of its imperfections to give you great teachings. The incredulity of Thomas represents the positivist, the one who believes only in what he feels and sees. 46. Peter represents the fearful of the judgments of men, and Judas, those who put a price on the goods of the Spirit. 47. At this time I do not come to give you earthly riches. I already gave them to you in other times. Now I come to fill you with wisdom. 48. At all times, men of science have denied and fought my revelations and spiritual manifestations. But I do not fight science, because I am science. I am he who inspires man for the good and recreation of himself. Truly I tell you, whoever takes science to cause evil, that one has not been inspired by me. 49. Recognize by its essence my word. I am the vine. From it you are drinking the wine. 50. What do you need to be able to follow me? I will give you everything. I am building a sanctuary in your heart to dwell always in him, because my word through the human spokesperson will cease to be heard, and only your spirit will feel it vibrate in the infinite. 51. Blessed are those who have spirituality, because they will feel my presence and will be those who, walking among misery and tears, bring comfort and salvation to this humanity. 52. My universal ray illuminates your understanding, and in that light that bathes you, you feel full of my presence. The seers contemplate with joy and feel that light that envelops every spirit. They have seen a great book, which I show Azrael, in that the lesson is contained and is open in the 6th chapter. 53. You have felt the kingdom very close to you, that it was promised to you when you heard my word, and you already feel the happiness that you wait for. All your fears dissipate, because you begin to recognize me as Father. And when contemplating compliance of my promises that were given in another time to the people of Israel, to the chosen people, you are filled with hope, and you begin to form great purposes of amendment and compliance with my law. 54. In my new advent, I am accompanied by spirits of great light, beings who are announcing to you the proximity of my kingdom and preparing the human heart. 55. Your world has been illuminated with my presence. You will soon enter an age of spiritual rebirth, that it has to lead you to the resurgence of all virtues, and it has to place you on higher planes. Moreover, like I have come to you, I have come to other worlds, where the spirit fights and is perfected and restores with pain. Between those worlds and yours I have come to establish alliance and friendship. I want you to link your thoughts with the beings that inhabit them, that you dedicate a prayer that comforts and enlightens the troubled spirit of your brothers. 56. Thus you will be able to understand that your mission is not limited only to helping your visible brothers, but there are beings that you do not know, that you cannot feel from your present abode, and that, nevertheless, are in need of you. 60. Come to me. You are tired of the road. Come under the shade of this tree, which stands before you full of mercy and love for all my children. And when you have rested and all your sorrows have relieved, think of those who suffer and advocate for them. See that I can give you everything without your mediation. But I am pleased that love, charity, and mercy are manifested in the Son, to come to share the pain or the happiness of his brothers. 61. Your existence has no limit. The end of the flesh is not that of the spirit, because when it comes down to earth, it will survive and find in her new life infinite reasons to fight and keep climbing. That's when the spirit, free from the matter that has been oppressing him, he frees himself and finds a vast field in which to apply his gifts and virtues it possesses. 62. When Jesus expired on the cross, the figure of man was erased from your mind, and you conceive me infinite, capable to penetrate into all dwellings, to embrace the universe with my love. 63. See each other as equals. Love each other fraternally, because after 1950 the positions, there will be no guides or spokespersons, columns or seers, faculties or golden feathers, or fundamental stone. No longer there will be distinctions. To be great, it is enough for me to see you prepared even when you have not had charges, so that I spill my inspiration through you, and by it you guide yourselves. 64. Not only those who have held these positions are those who are qualified to carry out great missions. I want all of you to serve this cause, and that in each one of you all the charges become locked up, so that you feel responsible for my work. 65. My word will stop materializing, and with it you will achieve greater spirituality, because then you will look for me in the infinite, raising your thought. You will seek to please me by executing meritorious works, and that will give you greater spiritual progress. 66. I want you to see each other as true brothers, that you live together, so that you come to feel closer to each other, so that you are closer to me. Those of you who have reached a greater understanding of my work, teach your brothers. To all those who are taking their first steps, shake hands, protect each other. This is my will. My peace be with you.